Happy time zone, fellow travelers, and welcome to this Boxing Day episode of Fast Travel. Happy holidays to all. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas yesterday. Had a lovely time with the family. No speed runs at all. We didn't speedrun any of the day yesterday, so it was nice for once to slow down a little bit and just enjoy being outside of the fast lane. But there is no rest for the wicked. We are on a bit of a schedule today because we are hopping all over the place. This is the Fast Travel Recap Tour today. We are visiting 3 countries that we already visited earlier on this year. First of all, we are hopping back to my lovely home country of the United Kingdom. Then we will be off to Canada, and then we are going to finish off back in Singapore, which is where we were for our last episode. And the 3 runners that we are featuring on this recap tour are all runners that I reached out to. I had conversations with back when we were getting those episodes prepared originally, but there just wasn't quite the space to fit them into the original airing. So it's really great that I've been able to go back to these 3 runners and get them on for this end of year recap show. So I hope you've all enjoyed the episode so far, because we've got another banger for you right now. So here to kick us off in the delightful UK, of course, is It's Paige running the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Take it away, It's Paige.
Alrighty, hi everyone, I am It's Paige, and let me unmute the Stanley Parable very quickly. Today we'll be playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. All I've got to say before I get into this run, by the way, Nick, you are looking very good in that suit. That kind of blew me away.
Well, thank you.
But yes, this is the Stanley Parable. If you haven't heard of it, then we won't tell you anything, and because the game will explain itself, and then I'll fill in a lot of the details, because it's very vague, is the game. One thing I need to check, and I think I checked this before setup. Yes, I did. Okay, good. So we're going to start a game in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go!
Okay, so we play as a man named Stanley, who has a narrator in his head. Very British narrator. Amazing guy named Kevin Brighting. He was also in another game as well, which is a non-family friendly name, so I can't say it. But yeah. So first thing we're going to do is this is any percent. So what we're going to do is we need to try to get to the sequel. That's the aim of today's run, pretty much. Pretty much we're going to go downstairs and we're going to skip a content warning. This is a content warning for mental health, but we're going to skip it because we actually use that to our advantage. So W that. And then we're now going to go and
perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What we're going to do? Oh, we're going to grab a
when Stanley came to a tape,
I think. Pretty much this game, if you guys don't know, pretty much we've said we played the game before, and this is the 2022 release they did for console, and I think we're playing this on the PS5 today, because my PC doesn't like this game. Why? I don't know. But yeah, so first thing we're going to need to do to get the new content is to get like the 2 quickest of the original endings. 2 original endings, which I believe was seen actually at a previous GDQ show that happened, I think last month. But yeah. So we're going to run over here. We're going to turn off this tape recorder because it turns out that the narrator was a tape recording. Or was he?
Did you? What a silly and trite explanation.
Can I climb this box?
Back and forth between
so there's no jumping in this game. If I press X, I'm just typing at this point. Oh, there we go. But if we can get a bit weird, there's my lost cat, by the way. So,
I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all in the main character's imagination, you must.
So this game is very much just a walk around and listen to the narrator. How this is a speedrun, by the way.
It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
So, there's not really much to say at the moment, apart from just listening to the narrator have a bit of a mental breakdown. So you can basically have this narrator absolutely lose his mind. He will have mental breakdowns. He will just go crazy, basically. And it's the best part. So we've got because we've said we've played the Stanley Parable before, we've completed 2 endings, and now we get the new content. Now, I'm going to be quiet while the game explains itself, because let's just learn about the game for a second. Story time by the game.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds...
So there you go, guys. That's pretty much the content of the game.
The new Ultra Deluxe content.
The context, that's the word. The context the game gives you. Pretty much, yeah. This game came out 2013 for just PC, and then was re-released for consoles and thing. It was very good. People loved it.
Is it broken?
It was very popular on YouTube. YouTube was like Markiplier played it quite a lot, and quite a few other people.
Right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's...
First time I actually played this game was back in 2013, and then I didn't play it for a while, and then it came out, I think it was like 2020. It came out for free on the Epic Games Launcher, and I replayed it, and I was very... it reminded me of the good old times.
Let's see the content.
So,
give me the content, Stanley.
We're going to get some new content, and we get the jump circle. This revolutionary, by the way. Let's just jump.
The jump circle?
There you go. That's the only jump circle we're going to get today. So,
surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Yeah, pretty much. If you tried to jump in this game, it would pretty much just not let you. It was pretty much just we get a trophy for it / achievement, and you get keyboard sounds.
If this is new content,
ASMR keyboard sounds.
There's 20 hours of new content.
There's some nice keyboard sounds.
So some quick story about this game. This game came out originally was a Half-Life 2 mod, made by Davey Redden, who is the brother of Twitch streamer Doug. So there's some cool little Twitch some cool Twitch lore, I guess, how Twitch is kind of linked into this. There you go. Thank you for all enjoying the new content. Hope you all enjoyed the new content.
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason.
So here the narrator's just having a tantrum about, how greedy video game companies can be. So
I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated, and I intend to find these people.
Also, they do have to. They did change the dialogue as well, because so you can play this on PC. He says achievements, but because I'm playing on PS5, it says trophies. You'll see another little change to do. I won't even tell you. You'll probably gather on what it is. If you gather what it is and you say it in the chat, I'll be very proud of you. I'll give you a high five through the internet. But
just you and me having a great time together, like always. What do you say, friend?
My favorite thing is when I've got nothing to do, I like to just kind of go into the sun. Okay, so time to go to the memory zone. But we've got to vent first. We're going to be sus. It's my second time at GDQ making an Among Us joke. But this is the memory zone. So the memory zone is a zone of memories. It's pretty much, it's called the memory zone, though I like to call it the review zone, to be honest, because it's just a zone of reviews.
And tuck it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
I will show you something real quick, which will waste about a second of time, but it's fun to show you anyway, sort of. Maybe not even a second, because I'll try and get away from it as quick as I can. But here's a BAFTA of Bruce Straley for The Last of Us. Sorry, I mean the Stanley Parable. But yeah.
You see, Stanley,
what is The Last of Us? I don't know.
Wonderful Stanley was before it was.
All right, here's a review of the game.
And over here is where I keep
10 out of 10. Amazing. All right. You don't see what games get 10 out of 10. Did Claire Obscure Expedition 33 get 10 out of 10? I don't think so. I actually don't know. Maybe it did, but I don't know.
We're so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game.
Yeah, here we go. We got Fantastic Arcade 2013. Official selection, honorable mention for the IGF 2013 Grand Prize. Narrated excellence.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now...
It was better than all of them.
It's no games at all.
Skyrim? What's that?
Parable anymore.
I love Skyrim.
Just a husk.
I can attest that this is better than Skyrim. Defo.
True. So what? All you can do in Skyrim is just kill dragons. Who cares about that? I also just forgot about the. I also looked at the wrong door. Here's some more reviews.
Here's another moving passage. This time from
that's what I'll show you a few things. There's the 2 doors. People love the 2 doors. This was apparently a collector's edition that I didn't know about, and I really wish I knew about. So, yeah. That's a really weird-looking Mac.
Of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game.
I haven't actually looked around this room really. It's just kind of full of like random memorabilia.
New content.
There's a globe.
Was transported in
There's the United States of America and Canada.
Boom, done.
We're going there next.
Couldn't resist the
we are indeed. Nice plug.
But yes, but now we're going to go to the. I mean, memories are. We have good memories, but then unfortunately there are the bad memories. However, we're now in the reviews of. We all know the good old storefront of pressurized gas. I feel like you've all got pressurized gas installed on your computers. You probably all have it open right now. If any of you know what pressurized gas is supposed to be,
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collected down here. Surely these reviews were glowing, weren't they?
Okay, here's a pressurized gas review on. Yep. They played it for like. What's devastating, by the way, this person, Bug Olivia, which is not their real name, didn't like this game, but they did play it for nearly 3 hours. What's sad is they can't get a refund on it now.
It's funny. I'm trying to make a serious work.
Chat seems to think that Persona 3 being mentioned was the thing that was different.
The game is already such a densely layered web of profound.
Is that what you were referring to?
That I can't even imagine where I'd have the room.
Say that again.
Chat reckons it was the mention of Persona 3, which is what you were suggesting was different.
No. My reference was that it's called pressurized gas and it's Steam. Persona 3 is a pretty cool reference too. But yeah, basically let's call it pressurized gas because I really doubt Valve would allow PlayStation to have the name Steam.
That makes sense.
To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
So, again, another review, Noodle Shaft, again, someone else who cannot get a refund because they've played it 3 hours and 3 hours.
Maybe it wasn't.
Or 3.1 hours.
Yeah. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks.
So, we're just going to continue going. Obviously, you'll see some of these boards have like green, like thumbs up, but he blurs them out because he doesn't care about the good reviews. He only cares about the bad reviews. See, this person, Cookie9, not the real username, hated it, but they played it for almost 10 hours. How did you hate it if you played it for almost 10 hours? It's nearly a full day. Well, actually, it was half a day, but same thing.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just...
So we get the skip button, which is boring, but it's boring on purpose. It's supposed to basically be like, oh, you want to skip the dialogue? That's going to make the game boring, which it would, to be honest, quite frankly. So we're going to click the skip button for a little bit. So, yeah. So, pretty much this is the skip button. It skips us by, I think, like 10 minutes, then 30 minutes, then an hour, then like years, decades.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption...
Thankfully, if we go through this boring button stuff, we do get the greatest character of all time, so you'll see.
Skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45...
So the clock does kind of change a bit until eventually it breaks.
Please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
That plant over there is going to die, unfortunately. So yeah, but I'm currently hammering O. Not O.
Oh, Stanley, you're back.
That plant's dying slowly. Slowly but surely it's dying.
I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think
so, yeah.
or 2 weeks.
So Nick, what do you think of the skip button? Are you enjoying this content?
It is the best part. Some of the best content in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, in my personal opinion. I'm not sure if it outranks the jump circle, but it's definitely up there.
I mean, nothing beats the jump circle. I mean, in the first game, no one could jump, and now people can jump. I mean, only 36 times, but so what? What are you asking for?
That's more jumps than you had previously.
True. I said this on stream once. I was like, you know what would be funny is if they started charging microtransactions for us to pay to jump. That'd be funny. We press the jump button and it comes up with a pop-up saying, pay this much. I should have been on the writing team for this game. Anyway, right, so the clock's fallen off the wall now. I think the narrator's died as well, by the way.
The end is
no, never mind. He's still here. He's just gone a little bit insane.
Is never the end. 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 Is.
Okay.
I think this is a good lesson for us all about skipping content.
Yeah, true. I remember when I first played this game, I was like, oh my god, how long is this? But I think I've counted this to about 9 clicks, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. I think the Wikipedia will tell me, but... See, now the roof started to cave in a little bit. And now the sun has decided to start shining down. Okay, we're starting to get close to the outside. And now life's beginning to take over. I'm still not sure how much time we're skipping through, but... Oh, nope, now all the grass has gone, and... Oh, because the dirt's all fallen onto it. Oh. So, we start getting... I think we also go back in time, because... That may be a pterodactyl, but I don't know. Or a dinosaur.
The suggestion that eventually time just loops back round again and we start over.
Yeah, time's just like a circle, slowly going round. I mean, clocks are circle. That's deep. That's very deep. Are we creating a conspiracy right now? Are we busting some conspiracies right now? Oh damn.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not time to be busting conspiracies, it's time to play some Stanley Parable. So here's some of the, this is the reason why I paid about 20 quid for this game when it first came out. To walk through a desert, what's not to love? We love walking through deserts. I did it in Uncharted 3, that was fun. I did it in Journey, loved that. But, so I get to do it in this time. Okay, now we are going to have the new content. Now, Nick, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, I'm going to delay this for a second so I can get the timing right. I think I probably enabled a little too early. Okay.
Oh, good.
So, games and movies and everything has the first version of it. What do you think we should have next? What do you think will be better if we have something come up next?
You'd usually get a sequel.
True, Sequels, I would say sequels are always better. It's like, you know, what's the sequel to breakfast? Lunch. What's the sequel to lunch? Dinner. What's the sequel to Monday? Tuesday. So I feel like the Stanley Parable needs a sequel too. We've had the Stanley Parable 1 and Ultra Deluxe, but I feel like we need a sequel. And I think the game thinks the same thing. So the games give us a sequel. Now we're in the Stanley Parable. Well, not in the Stanley Parable 2 yet. We're currently in. This is the pitch for it. All right. So I'm going to show you it's not heavily controversial, but I find it quite controversial take of saying that it's a good sequel. So if we go over here real quick, good sequels: Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, AK City, Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, and Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 was not a good sequel, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, let's go.
So we're just going to ignore Return of Jafar being a good sequel, then, are we?
I don't have an opinion on that because I've never played it. Also, I would recommend, I was watching it on the setup, scan that QR code, it will take you to the Stanley Parable 2, or just go to the StanleyParable2.com. There's a great video, it's called Sequels and You, and it will just pretty much explain sequels. And then it goes a bit really all over the place, so, yeah. Now, I don't have one, though I do live in a seaside town, so I really should have one. We're about to get the Reassurance Bucket, so all my bucket aficionados, get your buckets at the ready.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket...
I feel like I need to buy a bucket for whenever I run these games again, because I never buy a bucket. I mean, I could easily find one. I live in a seaside town. They're all over the place.
You may even come to long for the
people like to leave them on the beach, to be honest. I could just nick one from the beach.
And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
So, yeah. So we'll just wait for him to think. There's a few other buttons and stuff in this expo. There's the gym button. Oh, sorry, the button that says the name of the player pressing the button. But then it ends up just saying Jim, and then you have to like close your eyes and imagine that you are Jim. You can have a good Jim, or you can have like drug addicted cult leader Jim. But that's a different story for a different time.
The slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Now, I don't know if any of you guys have played the Arkham games. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. If you have, but I feel like, not even just that. I feel like in most 2000s games, it's got 2 in the number. So we love collectibles. Collectibles are the best. Okay, spending so much time collecting things, they're great. So we are going to go and get some collectibles. First, I need to pick a great balloon. It's either Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday Stepniece. I'm just gonna say Get Well Someday. Okay, never mind.
You realize that you knew which you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday stepniece it is.
Yep. If you have a 12-year-old stepniece, happy birthday to her. Now we're gonna go get some collectibles. We love collectibles. Now these have many different names, but I'm gonna say the longest name that we've called it, and they are the Stanley Figlarines. Try and spell that and say that 2 times fast. Now this did scare me when I first played the game, as it was midnight and I had the lights off, and I mean this was creepy, really creepy. Says me who played Resident Evil Village in VR. Yeah, we have a Stanley Figlarine. I'm lost. So it kind of shoves you in a weird spot, and I'm like a little bit lost. All right.
God, it really is the worst.
Technically, we don't have to get everything, like the Settings World Champion who take forever or anything like that. We can just leave. So let's see what the narrator comes up with for a good.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
For a good sequel. All right, let's have a look. Let's go. He's going to show us. He's going to give us a bit of a show. I'm excited. Unfortunately, there are some long stairs to get up here, but we're here.
What do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes,
I love all the new. Do you love the new features, Nick? The bucket,
I'm loving all the new features. The bucket is very reassuring. I feel quite happy and calm now.
Yep. I mean, hey, if you're feeling reassured, it's done its job.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not...
Fun fact, if you haven't played this game, if you actually go into the broom closet, you can actually get stickers on your bucket, because the broom closet will try and steal your bucket from you, because it thinks for some reason the broom closet thinks the bucket belongs in there. I don't know how, but anyway. Oh. Well. Oh, we still have all our 36 jumps remaining. Look at that. That's
there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
No,
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better.
Don't worry, guys. We're going to get a better one. It's all fine.
Version 2.
Nope, it's even worse. Why is the epilogue in the door?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video.
The name button's over there.
Gags.
There's a second bucket.
Enjoy creating gags, but they don't
There is
add
two.
up to
Is there
anything.
Oh, there is two.
I
What?
wanted more than anything to create a sequel.
He's cloning buckets.
Capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are.
There is actually an ending in this game I absolutely love, but unfortunately it's not part of the run. It turns out that, so if you try to take the bucket into the collab ending, which is like, originally in the first game was Minecraft and Portal, but then they changed it for this game. It's Rocket League and Firewatch. However, if you try to take the bucket there, it doesn't let you, and pretty much you play like this game show type thing of, is this a bucket or not? And you have to say yes or no.
Is the Stanley Parable 2.
But then it turns out at the end of that ending that everything's a bucket. So if you look around you right now, everything in your room is a bucket. So yeah. Alrighty, anyway, so now we're in the Stanley Parable 2. We're now in the sequel. So yeah. It still gives us the same cutscene, but now we need to go and get the Stanley figurines. So we're going to go a bucket, and this is for some speed tech. Yes, the bucket does have speed tech. We're going to open a door really quickly with this bucket, and you'll see how we're going to do it.
Tightly to his chest.
Now, for anyone wondering when there's a Stanley Parable 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you know, I mean, this thing's like Star Wars. Pretty much, the most I've ever got in the Stanley Parable 2 is about 50, I think 57 was the most I ever got in Stanley Parable 2. You'll see when we get to it. I'm going the wrong way. Hold on a second. I was too busy talking about sequels. I'm getting forgetful. Hold on. Sequels are distracting me. One sec. Here we go.
Found one of them.
Yeah!
Stanley figurine. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Take it all in, chat.
Yep. We're going to see that pop up a few times because we have 6 of them to collect. We've only collected 2 so far. The other one's in the boss's bathroom.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This,
So yeah, the 6 of them, there's one in the boss's bathroom, there's one just in the elevator, there's another one over by the little square thing we entered at the start of the room, and then there's one pretty much over by the collab ending, but we can't take the bucket there, so we will have to actually restart, we'll have to restart the game from the... We pretty much will have to press back, begin the game again. Here we're just going to put the code. The bucket's going to tell us, it's telling me telepathically that the code is 2845, which is really hard to type on controller. If you actually do this without the bucket, it tries to play, it does like a Portal thing and plays New Age music. But yeah, so here we're going to get the screen, but unfortunately I'm going to ruin your dreams here, and I'm going to just return back to the game because pretty much, thankfully, even if you begin the game again, it actually carries over the collectible, which it's just so useful. Yeah, so we're going to be doing that again for the next 2, unfortunately, but it's fine. I'll reward you with a... If you remember old computers, you'll get what I mean. But yeah. But anyway, let's go and get the others.
Just to admire it.
So yeah, pretty much this game you can kind of follow or not follow the narrator. So at the moment we're just not following the narrator. And we're going to be in this hallway again. So If you haven't enjoyed it that much, you'll enjoy it again.
Was so bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
And if I stop getting stuck on geometry, that'll be great. Alrighty, now we're gonna go and get the other one. There you go. You know it's carried over if you hear the big. Yeah, so we're going to go this way. We're going to leave the bucket. You also have to grab the bucket, not just for that thing. If you don't grab the bucket, I think 3 or 4 times, the narrator gets really annoyed at you and like shuts the door and is like, get the bucket. So, but thankfully we don't need the bucket because we're just going to go through here and we're going to turn to the left and to the right.
The lounge was sublime. A work of art.
And yeah.
Eager to get back
so we're going towards what I like to call the collab ending. It doesn't really have a name, but I call it the collab ending because it just collabs with actual real games.
He wasn't 5 years ago.
So here we're going to try something really risky. We're going to try and land on the railing, which is a little bit quicker than waiting for it to go fully over the railing or fully over the catwalk. Problem is, if I fall down there, that would be classed as an ending, and I'll cry.
Someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Got it.
Really? I was in the middle of something.
I have fallen off that once, and it's really upsetting. So, if you try and go off it too quick, oh yeah, no buckets past this point. That starts that little quiz thing, I guess. There we go, and now we can begin the game again, and pretty much. The game ends up using fake walls now.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
I'm not gonna lie, if you've ever played Superliminal, it gives me those kind of vibes a little bit. I don't know what happens here. It's very strange.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yeah.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story.
We're going back to the memory zone again.
With one more trip back to the memory zone, I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurine.
I saw someone put in chat, so the 80% isn't just to dismantle the mind control and leave. No, that is a trophy. So it's fun fact, this game does actually have a speedrun trophy. You actually get a trophy if you can speedrun the main ending, like the true ending, which is pretty much just where you turn off the mind control machine and leave. But that's baby work, all right? That's easy. Now we're gonna get to it in a second. So if any of you were around during the early 2000s, and I would say maybe late 90s. You may remember, and especially for any of the video editors watching, if you're a video editor, you may know what I'm talking about. There was a great piece of video editing software, which I mean, nowadays isn't amazing, but back in the day was great. And it was called Windows Movie Maker. You may all know of it, and you may all love it. Unfortunately, I have to wait a second. I can't move anywhere. There we go.
Okay, let's do a little.
This may get, if you remember Movie Maker, you'll get a little nostalgic in a minute. But we need to go and get this on the Stanley figurine.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that...
I don't know what this is, but this is a very British painting.
That does look very British.
It is. It's just anything with fields and like old-looking houses. Just follow me, okay? But yeah, now you all remember the Pink Room, and if you say you don't remember the Pink Room, you're misunderstanding. Because I remember the Pink Room very well.
Oh yeah, Pink Room, right?
Yeah, Pink Room. It's where I said that. But yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit you with some intense nostalgia right now, so get excited.
This one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember.
As of we're now on 11 out of 6.
In fact, because this
he's just completely given up even maxing out how many you can collect.
Video to commemorate the occasion.
Yep, here we go. Enjoy the video, everyone. How You Found It by the narrator. What's that back there? I love the slide transitions as well. And the star transitions. It's Minister number 5. We've all used these transitions and some stock photos.
Shout out to clip art.
Yep. You found it near the cargo lift. We did, yep. Thanks for watching. Credits directed by the narrator, edited by the narrator, music by the narrator, produced by the narrator, best by the narrator, starring Stanley, copyright the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
That did take me back. That did.
8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first played this game, I was like, oh, that takes me back to school. I mean, I'm not like old enough to where I really use Movie Maker much, but I was old enough to the point where I started using Movie Maker because my school was just still back in the old times. But yeah, that's not the last time we'll see the video. We'll see it again. But yeah,
this memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
My very first YouTube video on my YouTube channel used Movie Maker, and after I did it, I vowed never again, and I found something else to use.
Yeah, to be honest, I would say if you compare it to like video editing softwares nowadays, like DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro, it's kind of very much aged now. But Movie Maker back in the day, oh, nothing like it. But now we're in the present, which is very weird.
Nothing left to do but move.
It like takes my camera, takes all the hood off it. Well, I mean this thing. This isn't a real loading screen, by the way. Sorry to spoil it for a second, but you'll see the loading go backwards in a sec.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready.
The TV reminds me of when you accidentally stream your own OBS.
That, you know what it is, and I said, I think I said this during my tech check. If you go to the main menu of the, if you're watching this as a VOD, if you go back to the main menu, I've forgot to turn around as well, you can actually see that there's a monitor that actually shows the menu, and it is very much like when you have a display capture sharing your OBS. It is very, very weird.
This one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
But now we're gonna go and yep, here's the video. Get excited, video again. It's a little bit faster though. How you found it? Mini stand number 5. You go in there, kind of thing watching. Yep, there's all people. I'm not bothering to read that fast.
Video.
We all love that video.
Yeah, that is a fantastic video.
Still don't remember the
pink room,
Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room though.
We all remember the pink room. It is solid, very solid room, very pink as well. Love it. Back into the bathroom.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know.
Yeah, and again, another British painting.
Kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic.
This is what I like to call the British bathroom now.
I'm very glad we resisted the
British bathroom.
It is very much. And then we go. Remember, we went to the stairs. This is where I almost forgot this one. It would have made me cry.
Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful. Why does anyone ever choose to?
Now we're on 17 out of 6. Again, he's just given up even setting of the continuing to keep the limit.
The very first one we found.
And then the final Stanley figurine.
Introduced you to the figurine.
I got 18 now.
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh yeah, the jump circle. We all love the jump circle.
The jump circle's back.
I'll jump 3 more times. I'll jump 3 more times in its honor.
Terrible new content that we were.
There we go.
I remember jumping then.
To be honest, one thing, all right, you don't miss jumping until it's taken away from you. Every game, you love jumping in games until it's taken from you, and then you miss it.
That is content right there.
And before everything else, there was your.
And then we're back in the office. I don't remember what actually happened before the office. Do you remember what happened, Nick, before this office?
There's something.
There was life before the office.
I can remember.
I don't think so. I think life started from the office.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before.
This is where the game gets a little meta as well.
Then I was different.
I don't know. It starts to have a bit of a. I can't remember the word, but it starts to have a bit of a.
Weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness.
A notice. I don't know what it is.
I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. would make the decisions, he would decide.
I was shocked that this game would have an ending that actually made me... This ending gives me the same feelings I get when my favorite TV show ends.
Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had
companions. Even though this I can play again all the time, but...
Really did make for a wonderful companion.
I still love that they don't hide the void, and you can just see the back face culling they do.
I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know,
however, this is not the end of the run. We still need to get the epilogue. So,
good memory. Let's go back just
together, I will have to keep. I'll have to close the game and reopen it. So, get excited to see my PlayStation 5 main menu for about 4 times.
Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh God, that last line just hits me in the heart, hits me in the feels. I don't know why. Alrighty, so enjoy looking at my thing for a second. Pretty much, I'll give context. So every time you boot up this game, the game will ask you what time it is. Now, a lot of people assumed, well, why can't you just pull it from our console? Yes, it technically can. However, it's a setup for a joke. There's a character who is called, we call him the options guy, or like the intro. I can't remember his name. He's like the intro guy or whatever. And it's this text here, and you speak to him every time you boot up the game. And we need to get through all this dialogue to get the true ending, which is the epilogue, which just takes us back to our favorite thing, the skip button. That's sort of it. Yeah. We don't see the skip button, but we do see the desert. Unfortunately, no skip button, but we do see the desert, I guess. So yeah. Okay, go play video game. Thank you. Okay, close game. Yep, there you go. Yep. Now you all know how to play. Yes, I play VR games. I play Red Dead 2. I play Fortnite. Sue me. Anyway, next, let's continue. Yep, it was developed by Crows, British development company, and then written by David Redden, again, Duck's brother. He gives us like options of what like our favorite word is, which is scrumtush or occuboinkle. What's your favorite out of those? Scrumtush or occuboinkle? Which do you like the most, Nick?
Occuboinkle sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, true.
That's a word I can get behind.
I think I always vote occuboinkle. But you don't even have to pick, to be honest. You can just skip through it all. But yeah. This bit is a little bit boring to kind of run through, so I'm just kind of trying to... Here we go, yep. A slide until the cat and dogs are friends. No, we're good. Slide till the 5 becomes a 9. That looks like a 9. Stop adjust the slider until you can't adjust the slider, which is occuboinkle or scrumtush. Please don't adjust the slider. I'll follow that one. Do you know what time it is right now? It is currently 42 minutes past midnight for me. Is the time right now the correct time? What is time anyway? Nope. Is there anything you haven't told me about yourself? No, I've told you everything about myself. Help? No. Okay. Will you come back to visit me? Don't think so. Just checking out the epilogue. I don't think I do, but no, I don't. Okay. Okay, I don't remember exactly, but I think I remember roughly, but yeah. Again, just kind of hammering through these data questions. You know, when you get all those questions when you when you enter a game, and you always have to read through the EULA, or actually I don't know. I think it's only a European thing. I don't know. When you have to read through like a license agreement and all that, and it's really annoying. That's kind of this joke. Oh yeah, there we go. This is the final one. So he's like, I've gathered everything about you, even though I've told him very little about me. So, I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being honest, you don't have to. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? There's any information I've really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one setting. It's really not my job, but that's okay. Perhaps you can. I can't read things fast. Talk soon. All right, so there we go. We have the epilogue now. There we go. Extra button. The epilogue. We don't have to boot off the game anymore. Epilogue. We love when it gives us a little bit of a chapter title up. Many, many years later, okay. Unspecified, but that's kind of like when The Last of Us just kind of hits you with 20 years later, but you know. Back in the desert again. So we're just going to wander through this desert. So, okay, I couldn't remember what the entirely is, what they meant, the EULA. But they're very annoying to, I've never read a EULA, so I always scroll through them, but I'm like, I want to get in the game, I don't care about the legal issues. But, yeah, there's a moon, that's like half the moon, but yeah, and a very weird angle as well, but, yeah. Anyway, very nice out tonight, very starring. I was going to say that at the moment, I think there's no stars in the sky at the moment, it's kind of upsetting, but, yeah.
This is almost as calm. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Now we're in the office chair storm. Oh, well, I think more of a sandstorm that the office chairs have kind of taken the brunt of. But yeah. Okay, very dark. So we've been walking this desert for a while now. Again, this bit just gives me full-on Uncharted 3 vibes, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I think we've hit the end of nearly. We try to find the memory zone that's been attacked by this sin. So, yeah, but, have we found it? We found it, there it is, there's the memory zone. There's the place we know and love, of all the good and bad reviews. It's also been powered by a generator, even though it's half just been taken down. The run is almost over, by the way, so I just may as well let you all know that real quick. It's a short but sweet little run, with some many great jokes. But yeah, there we go. Stanley Parable 2, that says now. But yeah, we get stuck. The run ends the second we get to the Stanley Parable 3, so I'll tell you one. We just kind of need to follow this black cable all the way down, sort of. I mean, it's roughly to here, and then we just kind of look for the buttons, and then we just kind of follow those, and then we just go into a little... They all are. They still make it to the epilogue. We're only going to collect one, though, just because the one Stanley figurine does block the entrance. There we go. And we're going to end up in a little room with a really creepy-looking computer. There it is. And I need to be careful, because last time I ran this, I think it was at Preventathon, I accidentally screwed up and accidentally killed the run. But we're going to be very careful with this here. Yeah, so this is basically the game pretty much saying, instead of releasing so many games, we're just going to... instead of it, pretty much says, together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3 simple, just change the number of the game and the subtitle. So we're going to call this Return to Ice Cream. The Stanley Parable 3, Return to Ice Cream, yep. Though the Stanley Parable will never end. That's always how you get a great sequel, all right? If you just have it all in one game and you just thingy. Let's do it. Make sure I press that, because then if I don't, then that kills the run. We did it anyway. The test trophy that we heard about earlier, that actually works now. The machine that gives us that didn't work. It works now. Yep, we're going to keep this train rolling. We're going to keep the wheel turning. Rolling. We're going to enter the correct time, which is sort of correct. I mean, I'm 48 minutes off. We're going to change that. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. And 3, 2, 1, that is time. That is it. And now that's time. We're now at Stanley Parable 3, Return to Ice Cream. So, yeah. But that's the Stanley Parable. Very great game. It's on, if you would like to play it, is on PC, it's on PlayStation 4 and 5, I think it's on Xbox, and I think it's on Nintendo Switch, maybe wrong about that, but I think it is. But that's it. Anything you would like to say, Nick?
that was wonderful. Stanley, I always enjoy the Stanley Parable. Tell our lovely audience where people can find you and what are you up to at the moment.
At the moment, I'm up to many things on Twitch. I'm currently speedrunning. I'm currently learning Fallout New Vegas glitchless, so if anyone likes Fallout, feel free to pop by there. On YouTube, I'm currently playing through many games. I've just finished Last of Us, so I'm currently starting Fallout 3. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all from me. I'm also playing through all the Red Dead games at the moment, so if you like that, feel free. But yeah, that's all from me. So thank you, Nick, for inviting me to on. Yeah.
Thank you for being here. This has been absolutely wonderful, and can highly recommend to everyone, if you only saw a very small part of what this game actually has. So definitely, if this is something that has tickled your fancy, give the full game a go. I completely forgot I never actually finished Ultra Deluxe. There's so much of that I never saw. So that was really wonderful to see it again and see a little bit more.
There's a lot to this game, to be honest.
Ooh. Oh, welcome back, everyone. We made it. We just got off the flight. We've safely landed in Canada. Oh, so welcome back to Fast Travel's recap tour. We are revisiting 3 countries that we already visited in 2025. We've just nipped on over from the UK where we started Fast Travel, and we are now back in Canada because we're playing what seems like a very British video game next. But this game was developed in Canada, and of course we've met up with a Canadian speedrunner to showcase it. So here to showcase Quantum of Solace is Eric. Welcome to Fast Travel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eric. This is going to be Quantum of Solace. We're going to be running the new recruit category. This game is pretty interesting. I'm excited to show it off. We're going to be loading to the level. Time doesn't start until we skip this cutscene. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo!
So Quantum of Solace was actually built off of the IW3 engine, which is the exact same engine used for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So those familiar with how that game works will understand the movement a bit, but essentially we got strafe jumping, which is the main way we get around this game, which we'll cover a bit more later on. Now we're just clearing out this courtyard. These enemies, I want a very good clear. This is a minigame known as a lockpick. This one is free to do, as we're going to be getting all 4 greens for this one later on. For other lockpick sequences, it can be random whether or not the game lets you progress. Hopefully we get good energy later on. Got these 2 barrels here we need to blow up. And this enemy here. Now someone's going to come around this corner. You don't want to stand too close to this door, or else you become disoriented. So we're just going to give them a bop in the head and patch into these cameras. Once we open these cameras, there's going to be a little bit of a screen pop up. We don't want to be frame perfect on the exit, or else we run the risk of soft locking. Let's get to reload our pistols here. You might realize that the hitboxes are like really off in this game when you try to shoot an enemy. For some reason, like the hitboxes are way ahead of what the visual representation is of each enemy. They kind of got to play with that a bit. And you'll definitely be able to see it on these enemies up here, as we're going to have some guys running around the corner. I'll be aiming very far ahead of them. So that guy, this guy here, 2 more. Oh, he's got stuck. Okay, I don't think this guy's actually required. Waiting for this to shake. I'm going to switch to my silencer here. Now, for some reason, the silencer on the same weapon you equip it on gives the weapon a more sprint duration. I have no idea why this is the case, but it just is, and it's incredibly useful for sequences where we're sprinting a lot, such as down here. And you may also notice that whenever I pass by an enemy, I'm going to try not to sprint next to them. And the reason for that is whenever you sprint by an enemy in this game, you actually enter a combat sequence, which is very annoying and very lengthy. Hopefully I never have to show it off. But yes, I will be trying to not sprint obsessively every time I cross a corner when I know an enemy is nearby. The lore in this game is based off the Quantum Solace and Casino Royale movies. I gotta be honest, I don't really know what's going on. but we are hacking into Mr. White's computer here, and he's going to sabotage us and detonate it. This is essentially what my PC does whenever I try to boot up a Minecraft shaders pack above 60 FPS. Now that this room is destroyed, we're going to try and go shoot down White's helicopter. So we're going to be equipping our UMP-45 in this area. It can be very risky. There are quite a few enemies here. So we're going to shoot these two guys. Come around this corner. Got unlucky. There's 3 guys up here. That is the most I've seen in a while. Try to go for a nice little out-of-bounds sequence. Oh, we missed it, unfortunately, but we're just going to go down here a little bit slower. Get a dash through this wall and make our way to the helipad. These are elite enemies. They are a bit stronger and have better weapons than regular ones. They usually only ever come around when you get detected by a camera. And we're going to wait for the helicopter to go up just a little bit, and then we'll shoot it down. If you shoot that helicopter too early, the cutscene will take forever to play. But that was the first level. That's White's estate. You're going to notice that this game goes by really quickly. Levels can be about a minute long to 5 minutes. There is no level in this game that's like over 6 minutes. So this game is going to absolutely fly by. So this is a bad guy. We're going to be chasing after him. The first thing we want to do, obviously, is equip our silencer because we're going to be going through a very tight corridor. And we need as much sprint duration as possible. So one mechanic in the IW3 engine is something called wiggle strafing. I'm going to be alternating my left and right inputs while traveling in a straight line to go just a little bit faster while holding forward. And I'll be doing that on areas where I'm not normally able to jump. Now for this level, there is a very weird mechanic where if you look at the gate the main enemy is running through, you just die. It's like a trigger that kills you if you look at it. I don't know why that's the case. It makes 0 sense, but just try to look down whenever you can. Also, we're going to be clipping through that fence with a little trick where we try to latch onto a wall, and we can just go straight through this fence. I don't know why it works. It does. That's the only place where it's used, and it's very useful because we can just get to this area a little bit quicker. This sequence here, we don't want to go too fast. We're waiting for this fence to open, which we can tell by an audio cue. Now we can go forward, jump over this ledge, jump on top of these rocks, go under these ones, and that was Sienna. Now we're on to the second half of this level, which is the rooftops. Now this level has some nice little out-of-bounds sequence, which requires a tight strafe jump. Hopefully I get to show it off. I'm going to switch to this MP5 I just picked up. It is my favorite weapon in this game, I'd say. We're going to reload as we climb up these stairs and then jump across this ledge to enter a little cutscene. Now coming up, I have to get rid of a bunch of enemies on the other side of the rooftops, but I want to get over there so I can just shoot them a little bit faster. The way I'm going to do that is by doing a strafe jump across this ledge, and now we are considered out of bounds, and we have a better angle to take care of all these enemies. And then we have 2 more over here. And that went perfect. So yeah, the way strafe jumping works is that by moving our mouse left and right and synchronizing our key presses while we move left and right, we actually gain more velocity than what's normally achievable if we just hold forward and sprint in a straight line. So that's why whenever you see me jumping, I'm like looking left to right. But just know whenever I look left to right, I'm also synchronizing my key presses just to gain a little bit more speed than what we normally can. Before you move forward, make sure you shoot that guy at least once or else you die for some reason. Very important to get that guy. Some people can come around the corner here, shoot him, and now we'll go upstairs. So a fun little thing about this game is that at the end of some levels, we have a long combat sequence we got to go through, which is a bit tricky if it's your first time running, but I should have most of them memorized. And this one's right, middle, and then I can just spam my mouse and get middle again. And the way this works is that you have to line up your cursor in between the circle. It's going to be left, and then another left is coming up. And then you press mouse 1 once your cursor is lined up with the circle. These can be lengthy. This is one of the longer ones. The longest one is on Casino Royale, and it is a bit ridiculous, but when we get there, we'll see. And that's it. That was the final input. Not bad. That was a decent run through of Sienna Rooftops. Next up is Opera House. It has to be one of my least favorite levels because it's extremely easy to soft lock and there's really nothing you can do. Also, something really important. The start of some levels, we actually have like influence we can do to the game within the first like second. So what I'm trying to do here is sprint off of a wall and hold backwards, so I'm not like sidled up against the wall or leaning up against it, so I can gain control just like a millisecond sooner than normal. Only a couple levels have this mechanic. We'll see if we got it here if we see out of bounds. We didn't get it, unfortunately. This was like maybe 0.5 seconds at the most, but it's okay. This is the camera. We're currently in a stealth section, but if we get detected, that's not bad, because for some reason in this game, when you are sprinting and you're unarmed, you're slower than if you have a pistol in your hand. And it doesn't really make sense, but that's why getting detected is a good thing, because it lets you bring out your pistol and you can go a bit faster. The one drawback is that it's going to make this next section significantly harder because we're dealing with a bunch of enemies. So in order to deal with that, I'm going to be blowing up this container and trying to shoot all these guys. These are elite, so they do hurt a bit. Interact with this little crate thing to bring it down. Gonna jump around this corner. Again, I'm always making sure not to like sprint past enemies, because again, sprinting will make you enter into a very lengthy combat sequence that's quite slow. Go for these two guys. Lots of enemies here. I am getting kind of overwhelmed, but hopefully we're good and in the clear. I'm going to switch back to my pistol, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a skip here. So we're going to go hop on top of this ladder and this ledge. The game is going to try and make us do a little mini game on here, but we're trying to like walk all the way across the Opera House just on a small pixel that prevents us from entering a mini game, which is very slow and you can't really do when there's enemies around. Also, we got it. Very nice. That was essentially Opera House. But the part that sucks is coming up. It's super random whether or not you softlock the sequence after this cutscene. So what I'm going to do to try to boost the odds in my favor is by loading a checkpoint, just so maybe I can clear some of the game's memory. It's not exactly known why you softlock here. It might be because an enemy spawns out of bounds, or there's not enough like entities to spawn the enemies required. But it does seem to be a little bit more lenient if we do load a checkpoint. So we are going to be taking like a small 3-second time loss, like for like 70% better odds. So I'm waiting on the bottom left for a checkpoint to pop up. There we go. Restart from last checkpoint, and I'm just going to start blasting people here. Ideally, we want to get 3 dialogues to happen, and that will let us know whether or not we're soft-locked. We had 1 so far. I'm going to wait till this guy comes to perch. Hopefully he gives me a dialogue. There we go. We should be good now. Can't really hit that guy. Yeah, we're definitely good. Nice. So you know you're able to progress when you start getting shot by the enemies that are in the stands, and you get the objective completed. I'm very happy with that. I was 100% expecting to get softlocked there, because in all my practice attempts, I've just been consecutively getting softlocked on this level, and it's been really annoying. But the checkpoint strat that Hecky recommended I do definitely is helping out. This next sequence, we're going to be doing a bouncing minigame. I believe it's the first time it's coming up. Yes. So because we're playing at 250 FPS, the bounce minigame is actually broken at these high FPS values. So we do use a tool for speedrunning, which fixes it and essentially just disables the minigame entirely, so I don't actually have to pay attention. So I can't even fall off if I wanted to. But again, we do play this fixed with an external tool just because it's completely broken at high FPS values on PC. And now we're at the end of Opera House. That went really good. Super happy with that. But next up is Sinkhole. And Sinkhole is comparable to that of CDS if you've played the Modern Warfare franchise and see speedruns of that, because we're going to be bouncing. Yes, there are bounces in this speedrun. This is a very tricky level. The way bouncing works is that if you jump into like a slanted wall that has a very specific angle, you can essentially just bounce off of it and gain a little bit more height. And we're going to be exploiting that to go out of bounds and complete this level very quickly. Also, the out of bounds on this level is a minefield of invisible kill triggers. So it's very likely that I spend minutes here. Who knows? We're going to try to go out of bounds as quick as we can. We got a checkpoint, so that's not too bad. We're going to be doing our first bounce here on this rock. Our second bounce. Nice. So again, everywhere here, assume the line I'm taking is the only one you can take, because there are kill triggers absolutely everywhere. So the hardest bounce. Oh my god, that was perfect. That sinkhole went as good as it can go. Now we're trying to get back inbounds, and we are at the very end of the level. That is very difficult. I'm happy I got all 3 bounces first try. That's insane. That's that's what you want.
Really,
yeah.
That was really nice. Well done.
Thank you. I wish I could have shown what the kill triggers look like, because if you stand anywhere where I didn't walk, you just instantly die and you get reset. But damn, that was very, very lucky. Runs just kind of end here, but I'm very happy that this run gets to continue. So next up is, I forget what it's called, Shantytown. I called Sea Shanty in my splits, but this is another level where we have influence at the very beginning for the first second or two before the cutscene starts. So for this, I'm just going to try to run forward, as you see here. Cutscene's going to start, and I just start a little bit more forward than you normally would if you stood still. And we're going to immediately be going out of bounds. We're going to hop on top of this box. Oh, I missed that. Go on top of this box. Goodness. This roof. Jump across here. One more jump, and now we are officially out of bounds, and we can run straight to the end of the level. Thankfully, this level has nothing you need to do in between. The end of level trigger is always accessible. There are a couple places where you can fall out of bounds, so I'm going to be a little bit careful with my line. We're going to be going through these houses that have no collision, jumping to the left here, and running through these walls. Bonked into a tree there, but we are essentially home free at this point, as the end level trigger is this bulldozer up ahead. And that was Shantytown. Very nice. Next up is Construction Site. This is also another pure movement level. Currently, we're chasing after some guy who makes bombs, and I guess we're just preventing him from delivering those bombs wherever he may be doing it to. Also, something I need to talk about is the FPS values I run this game at. Normally, I'll be running at 250 basically everywhere. There's no significant advantage between 250 and 125 in this game. It's just preference, and 250 is the max FPS value, I believe. But I am also playing at 30 for certain parts of the game, because this game was actually built to be played on 30 FPS. For example, right here, I'm going to toggle down to 30. And the reason for that is you can get stuck on an invisible wall if you're at too high of an FPS value. And that's something that can occur in many other places. Now we're going to bust through this wall like Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah! And continue through the rest of this construction site. You may also realize that my FOV is completely locked and set to default. I guess I should have mentioned earlier, I do play with an external FOV tool, which lets me set it to whatever value I like. But for the rest of this level, it's going to be set to default, so you get a brief glimpse as to what that looks like. But we're currently climbing these cranes, and on each one of these cranes, there's going to be a balance minigame that we have to do. And of course, again, we don't actually play the balance minigames. We can just walk right through them because it is broken. So once we finish this crane, we're going to jump to the next one. And instead of doing the next balance minigame, what we're going to do is go to the end of the crane and make a leap of faith. And hopefully, we land and mantle this railing here, and we can go straight to the end of the level, skipping like 2 cutscenes, a balance minigame, and I'm happy that worked out. Very nice. But yeah,
I definitely don't remember Bond doing that in the movie.
Yeah, it's just a little quirk in a lot of games I run, is that instead of taking fall damage, just mantle right before you die to fall damage, and you're cool. You're fine. All right, this is a Science Center exterior. One of my favorite levels. The start of this level, we have to kill 6 enemies who are guarding the outside of this building. We only have 6 bullets in our magazine, though, so we have to go to make sure we hit every single shot, or else we have to go through a lengthy reload animation. So it's better to be safe than quick here and risky. So here's with the 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and then we got 3 up top. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Now this sequence is over, and we can go to the next one. So this next area is a bit tricky because the enemies here just straight up don't have a head hitbox for like the first second or 2. So what we're going to do is wait and then shoot the enemy, just so we don't shoot through him and get alerted and cause elite enemies to spawn in. Could go interact with this. Another lockpick. I guess this is the next lockpick sequence. So instead of getting all greens, there's a possibility we can get reds, and this is going amazing so far. Okay, there's our first red. So in between each successful green, there's a possibility of 2 reds that can occur. And obviously we can't progress if a red happens, and that's completely RNG and outside of our control. So as you imagine, at top level runs, The world record is completely locked behind whether or not you get good RNG on the lockpicks. So this area, we are going to be just shooting a couple enemies to despawn them once I get to the top of this roof. You don't have to kill everybody, just a couple. I don't know where the other guy is. I'm a bit worried. He jumped down. And we're going to be picking up the dad launcher here. And with this launcher, we can actually do grenade boosts. So if we shoot it below us, we can actually gain a little bit of extra vertical height. So we can do that right here to skip a sidle animation. I got my... I messed it up, unfortunately, but I can just reload checkpoint and try it again. Ooh, I messed it up again. Try that one more time. I'm trying to skip this animation where I wiggle against the wall. Okay, we got it this time. Very nice. All right, it took me 3 times, but it's okay. It's still faster than, what is it called? Sidling against the wall all the way over there to the end. But now we're going to do a quick out-of-bounds sequence. We're going to be avoiding the floor. The floor is lava right now because the floor is full of triggers that spawn in enemies that we don't want to spawn in. And now we're at the very end of the level. We're going to hit this trigger. It's going to spawn in the helicopter. And we're going to hit this with 3 rockets. A bit tricky. Okay, we got it, thankfully. And now the rocket's going to fall, and that is the level. This level is one of, I think, 2 or 3 that lets you carry over weapons into the next level. So we're going to have this MP5 once we get to the interior of Science Center. Unfortunately, the DAD system, which is the rocket launcher we use, isn't available in the next level, so it does not carry over. But at least we have the MP5 for a big combat sequence that's going to be coming up. All right. At the start of this level, there's going to be an enemy that we have to kill, but we don't want to be standing next to him because he drops a pistol that we don't want. And instead of picking up that pistol, we want to pick up one of these MAC-10s that these enemies drop. All right, I was a bit worried I would have got detected there, but it seems like we're in the clear. Also, another lockpick minigame. Green. Unfortunately, got a red. Rip. That's the worst possible RNG right there. Let's see if it continues. Another red. If this was an IL, it's essentially a reset at this point. That's how brutal that ILs can be at top level, man. It's just so sad that this kind of RNG exists in the speedrun. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There's quite a few enemies here. I'm going to be shooting this explosive barrel, spawning the enemies at the other side, shooting at that barrel. Then hopefully I don't get shot. Good. If you get shot during a balancing minigame, you instantly die. And you have to reload checkpoint, but we got lucky there and we weren't shot. I'm going to do a little bit of there's a mechanic in this game where you can dash against a wall. And by dashing there, we can avoid the disoriented animation that makes us go a little bit slower than normal. 2 greens. No, that's a red. It's okay. It's not okay. The RNG is crazy. Once we get to airport, you'll see just how unlucky you can get with lockpick minigames because there's quite a few on that level. We're going to be disabling this camera here so it can't detect us and we avoid elite enemy spawns. Shooting this guy, and we got 2 more enemies to take care of around this corner. And we can access the elevator. And this is going to take us over to the top floor. For this entire level, we're actually chasing after that guy there. Goal is to shoot him because he's a bad guy who's doing nefarious things. Not too sure. But we're going to be going to the middle floor here. These elevators are going to open, and we're going to see him running across. We can't do anything to him right now, but what we can do is destroy this explosive barrel. That's the enemy, by the way. We can destroy this explosive barrel on the other side, so it doesn't troll us later on. There is a possibility that an enemy can shoot that and kill us. Now we don't have to worry about it. Also, when you're going down this elevator, I'm switching to 30 FPS here, so I don't get stuck in a wall. It's just random whether or not, if you're on 250 FPS, you can just get stuck on a wall for some reason. I don't know why. Also, very important, before you climb this ladder, jump and then climb. If you don't jump, you will always die in this cutscene. You also have to stay at 30 FPS here because you'll get stuck in this door. Now that we're out, we can go back to 250. Gonna do a strafe jump down these stairs, shoot this guy. We're chasing after this enemy here. Got these 3 guys to take care of. Oh, it's RNG whether or not this guy in the middle survives. Looks like he did, so I have to shoot him. These enemies coming out of the door. Got these enemies down here. And then the last group up above. And I'm just going to use that. And if we line it up just right, we can headshot the final enemy we were trying to kill. Also, he has the best gun in the game. As you can see, the rate of fire on this is absolutely ridiculous, but we never actually get to use it. Okay, Miami. Now, this level is really confusing. We're going to be waiting for a checkpoint and then entering combat purposefully on an enemy. And this is it's very hard to explain. I'll try to do my best. But after we enter combat with the enemy, we're going to be quitting to the main menu and then reloading the game. And luckily, Miami Airport is just a bunch of running around rooms and lock-picking doors. So I do have time to explain what's going on here. So we're going to go for a checkpoint. Bottom left. We got it. Enter combat. Quit the main menu. Now, whenever you enter combat in the game, it saves your coordinates of where you entered combat from. And at the end of the combat sequence, it executes those coordinates and makes you teleport where you first initialized the combat. But because we started combat and then quit, all it did was save the coordinates. It never executed the coordinates. So what that means is that the next time we enter combat and we finish it, we're going to teleport to those coordinates that we just saved at the beginning of this level. And this actually carries over through multiple levels as long as you don't die or have to load a checkpoint. So that means for the rest of the run, until I want to execute the teleport that will happen after I finish a combat sequence, I cannot die and I cannot load any checkpoints. So we have to play safe. And this level and next one coming up, Train, are not safe whatsoever. Very difficult levels. And that's like a big barrier of entry in this speedrun, is being able to carry over this teleport all the way to the end of the run where we execute it. So again, airport, it's just a bunch of lock picking. We want all greens. Reds are bad. Got one. Red, unfortunate. And for the rest of the airport, it's just going to be the combat sequence is good in this. I really like the ending combat sequence because it's very consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Get a headshot these two guys, disable this camera here, and do the last lockpick. Yeah, coming up is a major combat sequence. We're going to be wanting to pick up a new weapon. We're going to go get an AR. And then once we pick up that weapon, it is a 3-burst rifle, but we're going to manually change the fire rate to full auto and use that for the ending combat. Also, lots of enemies. We cannot sprint next to them or else we engage in combat. Remember, sprinting next to enemies makes you enter combat. We can't enter combat or else we lose our coordinates that we saved earlier. We got to be safe everywhere we go. Can't die, can't load checkpoints. We just have to essentially get lucky and play very well for the rest of the run. So you're going to be running through all these guys. Shouldn't be close enough to enter combat with any of them. This is the enemy with the AR we want. He ran. That's not good. Come back. Okay, I'm going to pick up that. Push my fire rate. There we go. Ooh, I got to get this guy or else he poses a threat later on. Okay, there we go. Got to get the guys on the roof. Two more over here. 1, 2, explosive barrel. And the enemy is downstairs. Got a bit unlucky. When you shoot that explosive barrel, it does have a chance of getting the rest of the enemies, but I got none of them. We're going to do the enemy at the bottom. Top left, top right, bottom right. Reload. 2 enemies here. Forklift. Explosive barrel. And this guy. And that's the entire ending combat sequence to airport. That was very clean. Not too bad. And now we just have to interact with this button. And we are trying to shoot the bomber here. She's trying to explode this airplane, but we're going to try and intercept her with our bullets before she gets to cover. Nice. That was a very quick ending. She control you and just hide behind cover and be very much a pain to kill. But we got pretty lucky there. That's not too bad. Now, unfortunately, we got absolutely trolled by reds. The difference between sub 4 and like mid 4-minute runs on that level is whether or not you get reds on your lock picks. And since there's 3 lock picking sequences, it's an absolute pain to run for individual levels. All right, so this is Train, probably I'd say the most difficult level to maintain our coordinates we set up for Miami Airport earlier, because we have to do a very tight out-of-bounds sequence where we're essentially walking on a pixel, and it's very easy to die and slip off. And then we're also going to be jumping across a bunch of invisible walls that we can easily fall off of. And the reason why it's so easy to fall off is because there is wind on train, and that wind is seemingly RNG whether or not it pushes you back. So if you go for a jump, there's just a chance to just get hit by wind, and you don't go anywhere, and you just jump to your death. And that's one of the main issues that we have to deal with in train. It's just completely random wind. Also, you can't really sprint anywhere unless you are inside the train. And it's not like you want to sprint inside the train either, because it's just a tight corridor where enemies will just be around every single corner, and you run the risk of entering into a combat sequence with them. Again, which we cannot enter any combat sequences or else we lose our setup from Miami. It's crucial we maintain that all the way to the end of the run. We're gonna fall down here, pick up UMP, reload this, climb up, and reload again. Then we're gonna hop onto this other train with wind. Oh my goodness, man. The wind trolled me there. It almost got me killed. Oh, I had a mini heart attack. All right. Shoot this guy. One more. We got him. Very nice. We got 3 enemies up here. 1, 2, 3. These enemies inside the train. Let's shoot this explosive barrel. Now here's the very difficult out-of-bounds sequence. I hope I get it. We're going to be essentially jumping into what is a pixel walk. See. Oh my god. Okay, it's just starting. It gets more difficult. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got it. Okay, it's still not over. This jump across to the other train is very hard. Got it. Oh my god. I can't believe I maintained teleport all the way up to this point in the level.
Well done.
Oh my god. Also, as you can see, really easy to die. Enemies just kind of are crazy on this level. And we also cannot sprint anywhere. Don't forget about that. Sprinting will force us into combat, which we cannot do. Okay. Enemies up top here. Gotta go through reload animation. I can't do any reload cancels because I don't have the ability to sprint. Also, these things above you, it can bash you in the head and kill you. So you kind of got to watch out for that. Got that enemy. And now we're going to be sprinting here, blindfolded. Hopefully we don't die. Okay, we're good. Oh my goodness, man. That was probably the most nervous level is train because it's super easy to die there. So we got another QTE sequence. Now you might be wondering, you know, this is very similar to the combat sequences. Is this going to overwrite our memory values that we saved earlier in Miami Airport? And the answer is no, thankfully. We're able to maintain that through these QTE sequences. They're completely different than melee combat sequences. So we're just going to go down for this last one, and there goes his head. All right, wow, that was a very good train. And now we're on to Casino Royale, which is not the longest level in the game, but I think it's the 3rd longest. Quite a bit of a cutscene here at the start. Get some lore. Lashif is going to be playing a poker game with us later on, and he doesn't want to cheat us. Good guy. Good guy, Lashif. I don't know who these bad guys are, but very easy to get detected here at the start. I'm not sure the best way to avoid it. I've never really learned properly. So I'm going to hopefully headshot these 2 guys. I got detected. Unfortunate. So I have to kill all these elite enemies now. It looks like it's it, actually. The reason why I have to kill those enemies is because if they shoot me while I'm doing this animation here on the ledge, they will instantly kill me. And that also means that I lose the coordinates I saved back in Miami Airport. If these guys detect you, they can't really shoot you until you get over here. So there's nothing to worry about. They can also absolutely melt us. Thankfully, they didn't. We're good. I've never seen that guy back there before. What was that? Oh my goodness, scary. Super easy to die on this level. And now we're going into a little crouch sequence in the vents here. Interesting mechanic in this game is that, unlike the Call of Duty franchise, again, this was built on the IW3 engine, the exact same one used for Modern Warfare, we're able to sprint while we're crouched. So there is a little bit of a tech skill with strafing against walls to go a little bit faster. And with that, we can also add in a sprint to go even faster. So there's going to be 3 enemies down here. There's one more somewhere. There he is. Where is he? Now, enemies are going to spawn here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 more around this corner. Any second. That took a while. I don't know why that took so long. That was interesting. Going to switch to our silencer here. Because this next area is super easy to get detected. Got to headshot these 2 guys really clean. Unfortunately, we missed it. So now you have to shoot these guys up here. And that guy. We're going to be skipping this next sequence where we do a little mini game to get across this ledge by jumping here, jumping to this window, and then mantling over here. Very nice. Get a headshot this guy so we don't get detected. Again, we want to stay stealth for this section. And then we're just going to reload our weapons while we go to this lock picking sequence. Also going to switch my AUG to full auto and take off the silencer. And this is one of the shortest lock picking sequences. It only has 4. I think the only one that has 4 combinations is the very first one. Also, all greens. That was literally perfect. It could not be better. Let's go.
RNG finally on your side.
I know, insane. All right, so this next combat sequence, probably my favorite in the entire run because we're going to be using environmental effects here as well. So there's going to be a chandelier above 3 enemies. We're going to shoot that. Get this enemy back here, enemy here, and that guy. That's the entire bottom floor. Now we're going to open this glass. Not sure where that guy went. Oh, he went around the corner. There he is. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Hopefully these 2 guys spawn quickly. They didn't. Fortunate. Now we're going to shoot this guy. He spawns in, spawn camping. I know. Horrible. And open this door. Switch to 30 FPS so I can squeeze past these guys. And then enter the final combat sequence. This is the lengthiest cutscene in the entire round. Well, not a cutscene, but, you know, melee sequence. So we're just going to be... It's also very tricky. There's quite a few interactables here that psych you out and then go somewhere else on the screen. This is the hardest one to remember. Okay, that's bottom right. I think this is right. Let's see. Yeah, right. That's it. It's so slow. Left. Yes. This one should be bottom left. Nice. I believe the next one is the one that tries to psych me out. Where is this going to be? Yes, it was. Okay, I correctly called it. It goes top to like bottom instantly. All right, it should be right, I think. 2 rights? No, that was middle. You have to like write all this down. It's so hard to memorize. Back when I played this every day, I had a little piece of paper with all the combinations here of where the next place I have to move my mouse cursor to was. This one's just going to be right, and then it's going to be on the body once we take control of this girl here. And that was Casino Royale. Not too bad. I did maintain my coordinates to teleport later on throughout the entire level, so I'm very happy about that. But next up is another level where we gain control without knowing it at the very beginning of the level. This is Casino Poison. So my screen's going to be completely dark. I can't see anything. But I am going to be looking at my second monitor here because we do speedruns with a velocity meter, which tracks our movement speed. And I'm going to be using that velocity meter to tell me where I am. And I can tell where I am because if I stop, if I have no velocity, that means I'm stuck up against a wall. And I have a combination of movements I perform to get to where I need to go while blind by looking at my velocity meter. So we're going to go bottom left, left, top left, forward, right, left. I got it. Perfect. So what I did there was I blindly navigated this room. We spawn over there. I navigated all the way over here to hit a cutscene early. And what this does is it avoids us having to enter this cutscene where we could lose time when we normally gain control. So yeah, this is all unintended, obviously. The game wants us to hit this cutscene later on. But because we chose to do it now, also we could crash there. Thankfully, we didn't. We don't have to sit through this cutscene. Thank goodness. All right. This is probably the most boring level in the entire run. I'm going to be doing a technique called zigzagging, which I believe I mentioned earlier, where I'm going to be alternating my left and right movement key inputs. And what this does is allows me to move forward slightly faster than if I were to just hold forward and run. Also, you cannot sprint on this level. Another little movement trick I'm going to be doing is called wall strafing. So if you angle yourself against a wall and look slightly towards it or away, depending on whether or not you have sprint or what's going on, you can go a little bit faster than normal. So as you can see here, like each time I get to a wall, I'm going to try hold towards it while moving forward, and that'll put me forward a little bit quicker than what you can normally do, just holding W. Got this cutscene. Our goal is to make it to our car. I believe there's a defibrillator in there we're trying to resuscitate ourselves with after we were poisoned. But again, throughout this entire level, it can get a bit painful on your fingers, just constantly alternating left and right inputs while holding forward. Up ahead, there's a bunch of vehicles. Before, there was... you always got stuck in our old route. You like froze for a second, but I've discovered that if you just go right here, you can avoid getting like frozen, and it's actually faster. It was the smallest time save in the world. All we had to do was just go right, and it's very convenient. Also, next up is Barge, and the Barge is going to be the level where we're going to be executing our saved coordinates that we stored all the way back in Miami Airport. So when we load into Barge, again, hopefully we don't crash. There is a chance. Okay, good. Also, that was individual level record. Not too bad. Again, it's just a level where we hold W. Thank you.
I was not expecting that sequence from the film to be turned into a game.
Yeah, and it's probably the most resident sleeper sequence in the game. Just alternating left and right inputs. All right, so this level is going to be very interesting. So again, when we entered combat back in Miami Airport, we saved our coordinates by exiting to the main menu. And that meant the next time we enter combat, we're going to be teleported to those coordinates no matter where we are, even if we're on a completely different level. After I enter combat here, I'm going to teleport all the way to the end of the level, interact with this, and that's Barge done in less than a minute. We're going to go to the final combat sequence, and that's it. That's the biggest skip in the entire run. We essentially skip the entire level, and that was also IL. Nice. Fastest I've done that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Back to back.
All right, now we're on to Venice. This is probably my favorite level because it has a very nice combat sequence at the beginning, and then at the end, there's some nice movement combined with combat. All around, it's just a very fluid level. The flow is super nice. I love it. But apparently some money got stolen. I believe this girl with the briefcase has our money, so we're going to be chasing after her. Right there. And after we chase her, we're going to be led into a courtyard, and this courtyard will have waves of enemies spawning in. And the way I handle these waves are very precise, I should say. Like the movements really matter what I do here and where I look, because I'm trying to manipulate enemies to go to certain places at certain times so I can shoot them easier. As there is, how many enemies? 2, 4, 6. I think there's like about 8 enemies I got to kill. I'm going to come up here. These are the first 2 enemies. I cannot be detected when I shoot them, or else it ruins my whole line. I got those 2. Hopefully no enemies spawn down here. Perfect. Gonna unequip my silencer. I didn't get the enemy who I want around the corner. I got that one up there. This guy here, I'm trying to manipulate a guy to stand right here. Oh, he ran. I got to back up if I land right here. Oh, unfortunate. That's okay. We'll kill that guy later. Failed to back up, but we can go over here, shoot that guy in the meantime. I'm around this corner. spawn some more enemies down here. Shoot this guy behind me. One more enemy. All right. A little bit slow. But that just happens sometimes. I did not look to where exactly I needed to, and my line was ruined at the very start, unfortunately. But wasn't too slow overall. Also, just a bunch of movement sequences we're going to be doing. Gonna try to jump as far as we can into the balance minigame to get over here. And again, chasing after the lady with the briefcase, and she's gone. All right. Jump down here. Maneuver away around these enemies. There's quite a few enemies here. Very easy to die. We're going to switch to our Mac 10 and actually shoot some people. This guy here. This one. This one. Also, we're going to go sidle across this ledge. But before I do that, I'm going to throw a grenade here. That will hopefully distract an enemy on the other side of this wall. Also, I'm switching back to 30 FPS because if you touch this wall right here at 250 FPS, you crash. So make sure you're toggled down to 30 before you mantle this. And we're in the clear. All right. Now we're going to enter this building. This building changes our movement constantly. Depending on whether or not that guy at the beginning is alive, it's going to influence how our movement is. Because I kept him alive, I have consistent movement. But unfortunately, I have to kill him now. And we're going to be very slow for a bit. Again, our movement is random, whether or not it's slow. It's not random. It is consistent based on when you killed that man. But we are really slow right now coming up this ledge. Gotta wait for this to break. We got these 3 enemies. 1, 2, 3. One more. Now I want to make sure the lady here is in the elevator before I look over here to trigger this cutscene to prevent a soft lock from occurring. I saw I did get a checkpoint here, so we're hoping this man with the stick does not despawn when I pick up the nail gun. All right, very nice. We'll shoot him, and that is the end of the level. We're now on to the very final level of the run, which is Eco Hotel. All right. So this is the longest level in the run. There's a lot of combat to deal with here. The first half of the level is the most difficult because enemies can just run wildly wherever they want around a parking garage, hide behind cars, and just make it an incredibly difficult time to deal with all of them. But hopefully it goes well. We do only have a pistol for the first combat sequence. So we really need to try to go for headshots, or else it's 2 body shots to kill an enemy. When I get down here to the parking garage, I'm going to try to prioritize the 3 enemies at the very far back. Hopefully I get all headshots. I'm going to have to lean in here in my gamer posture to hopefully hit these so they don't hide on me. But after I kill those guys, I'm going to be walking forward and hitting a trigger that spawns the additional waves. Also, this car, don't get hit by that or else certain death. Okay, here's the 3 enemies. Okay, I left 1 guy alive. He's just 1 bullet though. That guy, this guy. Enemies in this room. Again, we're also having to lead our shots a lot here because the hitboxes do not represent where the enemies actually are, or the visual is different from where the actual hitbox is. Okay, not too bad. We're also going to pick up the M14 and the AUG, and we're waiting for the enemies to spawn on this side of the fence. It's been theorized that for a long time we might be able to clip through this fence like we could on Sienna. Back at the beginning of the run, but nothing has been found as of yet. I can switch this to full auto, make sure my AUG is also on full auto. Right, we're going to try to get all these enemies. Again, this is probably the most difficult combat sequence because enemies can just be entirely random where they decide to path. I'm getting pretty lucky so far, it seems. They're all going into my shots. Okay, very nice. I'm going to spawn these enemies back here in this room. And then these 2 guys here. Okay, now we're going to switch out our M14 because this gun is not very good for an LMG, which is the 8-cat. And I equip my silencer on my pistol so I get a little bit more sprint duration. Shoot this guy. And we're also going to be toggling 30 FPS whenever we head up staircases. because it makes us go upstairs just a little bit faster compared to if we were at 250 FPS. Also, this lock sequence is meant to be tricky, but it's actually the easiest lockpicking sequence to do because it goes by so quickly as reds and greens can pop up at the exact same time. And we're going to go over here, start this cutscene with, I believe, Mr. Green and someone else. And then eventually enemies are going to come around the corner, open this gate, and we have to go through a very enemy-dense area. I'm going to be using a flashbang here. You see in the bottom left, I do have a flashbang equipped along with a grenade. Grenades in this game, completely useless, by the way. They don't even kill an enemy if you hit them directly. So they're never used anywhere in the run. And we're going to do this fire extinguisher. This is going to get rid of the flames here for us. And now we're going to hit another fire extinguisher right here. Can't see. Nice. Fire extinguisher. Go across this ledge, shoot these two guys a couple times, throw a flashbang through this door. Oh, yeah. I don't even know how I died. That's crazy. That was my first death of the run. I'm not sure what happened there with my health. That's crazy.
On the last mission as well.
I know. Unfortunate. Okay, that flashbang should help us. Thankfully, that checkpoint was like really good, so we lost practically no time. I'm very happy with that. Even though we died, it's all right. We managed to go the entire game, mostly deathless. Got these two enemies. And then Camille, let's get a headshot this man over here. Also, this is an explosive barrel we have to shoot. Notoriously difficult for the hitbox. It's like misaligned or something, and it's just crazy difficult to hit. Don't know why that's the case. It just is. Coming up ahead, we are going to be set back to default FOV. I'm also going to be doing a kind of a difficult strafe jump across here to avoid the flames so I can start doing the balance minigame a little bit sooner. We're going to go jump down here onto the final sequence of the run. Got enemies to kill in this room. Just equip my LMG. I got lucky and one of the enemies died for me. That was all of them. Very nice. Got some more waves up here. Just want to make sure you kill everybody as quickly as possible. Waiting for some dialogue. That was unnecessarily long. I don't know why that took so long. All right, a couple more enemies. All right, I believe that's everyone. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna reload my LMG and get ready to lockpick this door. And after I lockpick this door, we're gonna obviously find out that it is sabotaged and we're going to be blown back. And now we have to shoot these explosive barrels once again. So that one's going to break open. We're going to run back here, go through the fire and the flames, and then break through this glass. Get ready to shoot the other one. Right there, and time is coming up. Time. There we go. Oh my goodness. What a run. What a run.
That was a fantastic run.
Oh my god, I can't believe I only had one death. That's insane. And the fact that we like carried the teleport all the way to where I needed it is an achievement that hasn't even been done in the record yet. The record is pretty optimized everywhere else but that. But that was the first time it's ever been done in a run, I think, is carrying that teleport to where we need it to. Maybe. Yeah, that's it for Quantum Solace. Big shout out to the QOS community. Blue Target for getting me into this game in the first place. Hecky for doing a lot of work in this game. And yeah, thank you very much for having me and being able to represent Quantum Solace for Hotfix.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. Where can people find you, and what is this what you're running at the moment, or are you running anything else?
I'm actually going to be running Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty, which is the same engine that this game runs on, and I'll be running that at GDQ in Pittsburgh on January 9th. So you can follow me on twitch.tv/EricG08, and that's where I'll be streaming Modern Warfare 2.
Fantastic. Well, chat, please give it up for Eric. That was such an explosive run. I'm personally, as someone who loves the films, I'm really interested to now play this myself, just so I can learn how that timeline worked, because the timing of those levels was in such a weird order. You started with Quantum of Solace and then went all the way back to the start of Casino Royale, did Casino Royale, and then skipped to the end of Quantum of Solace. It was really weird. I'd love to know the context behind it. Yeah, chat, please give your appreciation for Eric. And as Eric's mentioned, go check out that run at Awesome Games. Done. Woo! Oh, another speedy flight. We have landed in Singapore. Hello, fellow travelers. Welcome back to this fast travel recap tour. We're going back to 3 countries that we visited this year to get in some runners that I reached out to, that I had chats with, but ultimately couldn't get into those original shows. So we started off in the UK with Its Page running the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, which its page has since revealed was a PB run. Let's get some PB hype in the chat. And then we've just finished Quantum of Solace with Eric over in Canada. Now, before we introduce our next run, obviously we've been hyping up the fact that AGDQ starts next week, but we have another event starting tomorrow. Back in a Flash is up with Speeding Through the Holidays this weekend. So please make sure you check it out. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, they are also coming back in February with Back to Black. So yeah, stick around for that. Stick around for that later tomorrow. I mean, for me, it's today because time zones. It's the whole point of this, time zones. We keep talking about time zones. Is so annoying. Anyway, speaking of time zones, we are now jumping even further into the future to Singapore. It's nice and early morning for Singapore now. So let's welcome our third and final runner for today's fast travel recap tour. This is Juho running Mr. Mosquito. Very different change of pace with our final run today. Hello, Juho. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm kind of sick, but I'm hoping to do my best. But yeah, welcome to Mr. Mosquito. Welcome to the Yamada family. This game came out in about 2002. I think Eidos made this game, and then another company called Zoom as well made this game. This game is a Japanese one of the PS2 Japanese hidden gems out there. It's really cool. I really like this game. I actually picked this up when I was in SGDQ. I bought a PS2 copy of this game for about $100, and then I found out that it was on the PS4, so I just speedrun this on the PS4 now. But yeah, we are gonna get into the game real quick. But yeah, Mr. Mosquito is kind of one of those games that I would say the controls are kind of a bit interesting because a lot of the controls are inverted. So I am gonna try to turn my brain around and try inverted controls as well for this game in particular. But yeah, we are going to be visiting three members plus one later on of the Yamada family. So we are getting started with stage 1 in 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go!
All right. So we are playing as Ka. Ka is the mosquito that is like very named on the Japanese cover of the game. If you ever see the Japanese cover of it, it's very interesting. But Ka is the name of the mosquito that we are playing as, and we are kind of tormenting the family, the Yamada family. We got the first one right here, which is Reina, and I'm gonna talk about some stuff real quick. So I'm gonna talk a little bit of the mechanics of this game. Basically, you can, get spotted, as you can tell. There's a battle and such. And then we are supposed to be attacking the relax point of each of the family members. It will appear somewhere like this. It's a red dot. And they basically, reset the counter for me to do the blood sucking and such. Now, this is where the game begins, I would say, where you have to rotate your R3, the right analog stick, so that it could fill the blood vial up. Each character have different amount of blood that you need to suck, and you have to stay within the blue. It will like counteract with staying in the blue in the later levels, but we are supposed to be staying in the blue like this, and we are done with the first level.
I hope you enjoyed your first blood suck.
All right, so that's the first level done. And we are going to the second level, which is Kaneo, which is the wife and the mom. So there's that. Also, yeah, I picked up this game because I've heard about this game a long time ago. It's one of those games that I wanted to play on the PS2, and then I was like, hey, you know what? I wanted to speedrun it. It's such a very interesting speedrun of the game. There's a lot of like speed tech and a lot of like setups that you have to do. This is also one of the setups that I had to do. I had to get spotted by Kaneo right here, and then poke her relax points. One down, one up here. Ooh, please don't. Okay, one down here. There we go. All right. So the reason why I'm doing those, or like I'm getting alerted, is to reset the characters' like points of interests in the game. So their points of interest would come up right here. If it shows up, there we go. It shows up, and I can actually do the blood sucking from there, which saves a lot of time as well. If you try to go all the way down from there, it would disappear, and then you have to wait another cycle. It's basically like cycle based. That's all I could say. But yeah, I have been like going like near the blue the most for most of the time. There's also a heart monitor on the bottom right as well. Bottom left as well. Which I would do this right now. If I were to speed it up like this, you can see it being more red. The more I go off the blue. That's usually the risky strat that you can do in the speedrun, but for the sake of it being like a marathon run, like a showcase run, I will be sticking to the blue as much as possible. But if there's ever a way that I could actually just like go off the blue, I would just do it. Next one is Kanishi. Is it Kanishi or Kanichi? I need to remember. But yeah, here comes the dad, or the husband of Kaneo. All right. This time the point is very, very distinct, so you can see it from here. There you go. I had to move towards the right a little bit so that I could actually hit on Kanichi's head. I should also point out that at any given point, it's random, very random, that it will just turn red instantly. I will never know when it will turn red because it's very random. But if it actually turns red, I have to go into a battle, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And then during the battle, I had to go to their relax points and just poke them, and that's about it. But most of them, for the game itself, is just basically just setting up so that you could poke those blood points as quickly as possible. And I can just do this real quick. There we go.
You're really getting the hang of this. Keep it up.
All right, next level. Shield your eyes, I would say. Because the next level is going to be very interesting.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah, we are repeating the same characters because there's only 3 family members of the Yamada family. And yes, we are in a bathroom. Where's Reina in there? This is one that I need to like really lock in because that point will actually disappear very quickly. So Let's hope I can actually get it. There we go, I got it. Wow. So that point can actually disappear really quickly, and I do not want that to happen. Basically, I just needed to go towards Mina's chest and just, you know, do the blood sucking from there. And also, I need to fill up 3 vials.
I'm so bored.
Should be okay to do this real quick. Hopefully, I don't go over. So yeah, I am actually like rotating my right analog stick as quickly as possible so that it fills up the vial as quickly as possible. Let me just do this real quick. There we go. Cool.
Time to get out of the bath.
I like how someone in chat asked if there's a sequel. Yes, there is a sequel for this. But the sequel is actually just Japan versus America for some reason. All right, next level. We are in the kitchen.
There was such a demand for mosquito-based gameplay, they had to make another one.
Oh yeah, there's more stuff in this one. Oh yay! She's somersaulting. That's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah.
What am I watching?
Peak. Absolute cinema. Yeah. If you think the last one was kind of interesting, wait till you see this one. Ooh, that's the wrong one. I need to go up. There we go. So now there's like 2 points that I need to suck. And then I need to be very quick as possible to actually get both points. Otherwise, I have to wait for another cycle to just go towards the other point instead. I'm like holding my breath because I don't want to cough. I've been sick for like 3 weeks, chat. I can't.
You're doing great.
Alright. The second one is on her little toe, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, please. Oh, I couldn't even get it. Okay, I'm just gonna back up right now.
It's smoky.
Alright. So I'm just gonna wait it out.
That's right.
I'm just gonna wait it out right now because, yep. Basically, I had to wait for another cycle so that I could actually get to her little toe. That's why I was talking about cycles and such. Oh yeah, you can also get bumped like that. Sometimes the angles doesn't really work that well. And you can totally tell I'm getting bumped like 20 million times right now. I gotta wait for another cycle. Cool.
It's smoky.
I hate that I had to wait another cycle.
That's
because I let go. Yeah, how do you feel about this game so far?
This is some. I mean, as chat has pointed out, this is a very Japanese game.
It's really Japanese. Oh my god! Hello? There you go. Finally.
Hey.
I think normally you're supposed to go to the toe first. Yeah, the toe has been what?
How is she not feeling this? This would be awful.
I don't know. None of the family members actually feel this at all. This is so weird. Oh, there we go. As you can tell, like right now, the red actually shows up immediately. I had to let go immediately and just do the battle from right here. Oh my god. Hopefully I don't lose my lives as well. You have 3 lives, as you can tell. And the basics of the battle is just to kill all their relax points. Or hit all their relax points, I would say. This is so weird. I don't remember where her last one is at. Is the last one actually on her hand? Oh my god. I have not done this in a while. Okay, yeah, it's actually on her hand. Oh my god, this is one of the reasons why it's random and such. Because this would happen. There we go. Cool.
I feel a lot
Relax.
better now.
Relax, yeah, relax, guys. It's fine. It's normal. It's going well. Oh my god. There we go. If I had to wait for another cycle again, I am gonna be angry. But it is what it is. Alright, let me just speed this up real quick and then we can finish this. There we go.
To all the housewives out there, don't try this at home.
Oh, well
Under
done.
4 minutes, very bad, but it is what it is.
That is some mosquito. Oh no! Oh what? Oh no! Not again! Oh, no!
Unfortunate. Alright.
Rena,
Sorry. Alright. So we are coming towards the 7th level, which is what I would say the hardest level of the game. Oh wait, no, sorry. This is 6th level, sorry. Not the hardest level yet. This is Reyna again. So again, I had to poke 2 blood spots to suck blood. Alright. So this one is a very interesting one. Basically, she will not have her blood spots shown until a distraction item is done. So I'm gonna use the phone as a distraction item for her to go there. And then... There you go. What? Okay.
sure,
This is interesting.
sure. Speak to you soon.
I had to do this again. Okay, sure, whatever. So I had to use the phone as a distraction item for Rena to, you know, pick it up, and then it shows the blood points that I can suck on. But apparently I missed. I have no idea how I missed. I missed again? What? Oh, this is crazy.
Speak to you soon.
This is crazy. Okay. This is actually crazy. I've missed like twice. In my practice runs, I do not miss the finger. It's so weird. Okay. If the 3rd try doesn't go well, I'm just gonna go with the other point for now. Oh, never mind. It went well. Okay. I'm gonna really look out for the heart monitor as well, because remember the last level where it just went red instantly? I just don't want it to happen as well. Alright. I would also mention that, like, if I go up to the blue, if the blue actually goes up like that, you can just rotate your analog stick very quickly so that it speeds up the process. And it's really good. Alright, 1 more point, and then we should be done with Rena. Okay.
Yeah, right in the neck. But she definitely can't feel. I was going to say I like, but that's not the term. That's not the term. The game like deliberately picks the most horrible places, like in between the toes, just under the fingernail. Oh, it's so cringeworthy.
That's what happens when you make games in 2000s.
Treat your possessions with respect.
All right. Now, stage 7 is the one that I was talking about. It's like by far the hardest level because Kenichi is very sensitive and such. But also, as you're gonna see right now, there's gonna be a lot of mosquito coils, and smoke coming out from the mosquito coils actually kind of damage Ka. So I had to be really, really careful not to touch them. Otherwise, all my life would be depleted. You can actually get like extra lives in this game, but because we're playing this as like an any percent, I'm not gonna take any of the hearts and just rely heavily on just the 3 hearts that I have. You can collect hearts and also you can collect blood vials as well, so that you could, you know, go into like something called year 2. This is year 1 of the Yamada family. There's a year 2 where once you get all the collectibles in the game, the difficulty, oh no, please don't. The difficulty of it actually gets harder. Oh no, I missed the cycle. Okay, cool. Yeah, as you can tell with the mosquito coils, the smoke coming out from the mosquito coils actually damage me. And it damages me like half a health, sorry. The other reason why it does that is because of the air conditioner that is... Did it not show his hand? Huh, interesting. The air conditioner that is just right there, as you can tell. And I'm pointing it right there. It's blowing air.
It's hot.
So it blows air a lot, and it sucks. This time around, we are going to be filling up 3 vials. And then let's hope and pray, because this is actually really random that the heart monitor would turn red immediately. Like super random. It's like I said, it's like one of the harder levels of the game. Once I pass this level, we should be all good. But I'm gonna talk about the whole counteracting momentum in this game later on. I'm gonna be very safe right here, because I don't want him to be alerted. Alright, that's one done. Hopefully I don't get alerted. That is good.
Maybe this way.
Alright, last one is on his lip. Now the lip is actually... Oh no, please don't. I was about to say... the lip is actually the one that I really need to look out for.
Maybe this way.
Because I guess this guy is very sensitive and such. So I really have to watch out for his lips.
It's hot.
Okay. Here we go. Hopefully he doesn't give me one of those attacks. Because hitting his pressure points is actually really bad. Like really bad. I'm gonna be a bit safe right now. The suspense. There we go, cool.
Oh, nice.
Thank God. This is actually, yeah, like I said, this is one of the harder levels of the game. If he actually, like, randomly gets alerted, it's gonna be really bad.
Look out!
Alright, so remember when I talked about the +1? This is actually the +1 that we are going to be seeing right now, which is Rina's friend, Ayaka. And Ayaka is just... basically, she's a very... Like, she's a girl who's in a wealthy family and has never gotten bit by a mosquito before until now, which is very interesting with the synopsis of this character. It's like, oh yeah, I've never gotten bit by a mosquito before. I've never seen a mosquito before because we're rich. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, today's your lucky day.
I don't think any of us expected this much character development in a game about sucking blood.
All right. Oh my god. I'm about to cough. I'm gonna try to not cough. But yeah, I've been feeling very sick lately, so if there's a cough, I apologize. But yeah.
Don't worry about it. You're fine. All good.
We are hitting, I think, about 5 points in this game, in this level. There are about 5 points that I need to hit, so I gotta be really careful about this. Okay. Gonna go towards the other side. Turn around. Also, yeah, like I said, this game actually really relies on the inverted controls. Because I'm playing this game on the PS4 when this game came out. This game came out on the PS2, but the port came out on the PS4 and PS5. So I'm playing this game on PS5. You can actually change the controls from inverted to non-inverted. But I've been playing this game on inverted the whole time, so I'm like very used to how the muscle memory is like now. So I'm pretty sure the last one will be the armpit, so we will see about that.
I'm astounded that this game was popular enough to warrant a port. This is a modern port.
Yeah, it is a modern port. Yeah, I'm playing this game on the PS4, so I actually ran this game on the PS2 until, I don't know, I was like, hey, PS5 had a port of this. Where's the PS4 port? Apparently it came out like a week after the PS5 port. I didn't realize about it until like now.
Oh no! What?
Alright.
Oh no!
So she lost her glasses, and now I have to go towards her eyelid. Okay, never mind. She did it that quickly. Now I have to wait for another cycle of her just crawling around like this. She's gonna crawl around and then come back to the same position, and hopefully I can get her eyelid. So there's that. Alright, there we go. God, her and her open eyes. I might have to speed this up. I'm risking it. There we go. Cool.
You'll ruin your eyesight if you sit too close to the TV.
That was
all right.
That was quite the level.
Mm-hmm.
My glasses! My glasses! My glasses!
Oop. Well, she will never find her glasses. Unfortunate. Alright, so now we are getting into the battles of the game. Basically, we have to battle 3 of the family members because, you know, this mosquito is already terrorizing the family. So we are going to go into 3 separate battles. The first one is Kaneo, and basically we have to poke all their relax points to show the actual, like, relax point during the battle, and then they will just, like, faint. So these are just like the real battle right now. And this is the part where I say like, yeah, we're gonna counteract with we're gonna counter with what we have been doing the whole time. Ooh, can I get to her feet real quick? Gonna try to rotate myself. Go down here. So they're gonna do like some kind of super action, whatever it is called, like that. Kaneo's one is just Kaneo the Miraculous. And yeah. Alright, let me go up here real quick. This is a setup that I'm gonna try to do. So I'm gonna try to lure her towards this corner right here, and then point up towards here, because her like the really, yeah, the relax point right here is gonna show up, and now she's gonna faint, and now I have to really quickly just do this. Go to her chin, and then rotate my right analog stick as quickly as possible, because this doesn't really matter about whether she wakes up or not. This is just a matter of speed and endurance right now.
When you said she was gonna faint, I wasn't expecting this shit to attack.
Yeah, she like literally faints. But yeah, the next couple of levels is just endurance. So
Kaneo fought bravely.
I'm gonna like cross my fingers for the endurance part.
Rena.
All right, now we get to Rena. Rena's kind of a bit interesting with her points. It's very hard. Oh no, my brethren! No, my mosquito brethren, don't! No! He's dead. Stop it, he's already dead.
Aww.
Alright. Next up is Rena.
Revenge.
I'm gonna avenge him. If I could actually go to the points right now. Ooh. Alright, and then the other one is on her back. If I could actually reach her back. Oh yeah, her next the next attack that I'm gonna try to counteract is the Miracle Reina that she's been doing. I'm gonna try to like lead her towards here so that it's more open. Basically, if she clips into the whatever it's called, the light stuff, it's actually really bad, considering because the points can be clipped inside there and I cannot reach there, and I'll take so much damage out of it. Oh my god, thank god she didn't wake up. I was doing it really slow.
Ow, it's so itchy.
The more they scratch, the itchier they feel.
Alright, last one.
You are all.
Which is Kanishi. Kanishi is very, very risky, very dangerous, very risky. Instead of filling up 2 vials, you have to fill up 3 vials. So it's gonna be very, very tough. So cross my fingers, I can actually get him to sleep. And this is really much of an endurance right now. Alright, good luck to me. Alright, first point. First point on his chest. I'm gonna hope to not get damaged like that. Where is his back? The second one is in his back. Alright. Go to his head immediately. If I could actually get to his head immediately, please.
You brought out the worst in me.
Oh my god, hello? What? I've never seen this before. Okay, what? Okay, this is the first time. Alright, first time for everything. I actually got the points. I don't know how I got the point, but sure. Sorry for my eyes. And sorry for everyone's eyes.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, I guess.
He's staying down.
Don't jinx it. Oh god, this is gonna be really bad. I'm gonna try to go away right now. Oh, okay, I went away. I just need one more. Oh no, please. I'm gonna try to run away again. Okay. So whenever he does that, you have to go like really far away from him in order for, in order for him to not damage you a lot. All right. This is what it's supposed to happen, but apparently, like, I just clipped into his head a couple of times and it works for some reason. But sure. All right. Ah, that little bit of blood that I needed to suck. That's it.
I'm so tired.
Wow, that was so little.
I'm just going to take a short nap.
Sweet dreams.
Time to go to bed.
All right, so that is done with the whole game, but they also give you one extra level because Ayaka actually came back to the Yamada family just to check on that, but everyone is like down. So you have to make them go down more, I guess. Feel like they're dead, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, these are
final bloods.
Yes, this is the final one. So we have to go into different rooms and suck more blood from the family members who are already down. So there's that. Look, the dad is right here. He is bad. All right. This is another endurance part of the game. But there's also some kind of key movements that I had to look out for. So it doesn't really matter about the blue stuff. It only matters when his hand actually comes up like that. When his hand comes out and shakes it around like that, I had to move away as quickly as possible so that I don't get hit by the hand. All right, this is the first family member done. All right. Second family member that we are going to suck blood from is oh no. Kaneo, there you go. Oh my god. So it's here. So in this case, I need to go on an angle so that I could actually get to her blood spot. So I'm gonna make a turn like this and then turn like that. I don't know if anyone knows about this because someone even asked if there was a sequel to this game. There's a sequel to this game, but the sequel is basically just what? The Japanese family meeting an American family, and they all get like tormented by the mosquito once again. So that was the second game. I've never played the second game because it's only Japanese release. But maybe one day I'll play the Japanese game. All right, last one, which is Rina, and then time's gonna come up when I go straight towards the doorknob, which is not here, but once I collect Rina's blood, then go to the doorknob, then it's time. All right, last one. Last endurance part. All right. And time's gonna come. Time. Ooh.
Wow.
And that was Mr. Mosquito. And now the family has been tormented and mosquito smoke all around. Yeah, so that's Mr. Mosquito. At the end of the game, there's a very long cutscene of them like taking a photo, being all bruised up and such.
I don't want to take any pictures.
The family's not dead. The family's not dead. They're just bruised up, as you can tell. You can see all the mosquito bites all over their body, all over their face, and such.
Dana, there's no point if it's not today.
Kenichi, did you know?
It's obvious. Today's an important wedding anniversary, isn't it?
Oh, Ken.
I would also mention that this is every cutscene in the game. It's just them with their face just close towards the camera. But I didn't show all of them except for this one because this one is the one that you can't really skip. So there's that. So yeah, happily ever after, I guess. The family is still alive, and Mosquito is happy that he got blood. But yeah,
Come on, hurry up!
how long is year 2%? I don't remember. I think it's like 1 hour plus, but I really don't remember. It's been a while since I've actually touched this game. But yeah, I'm happy to show Mr. Mosquito. It's been one of the games that I really wanted to showcase to people. And it's a really, really cool game in particular. If you can get this game, get this game. Don't be like me and got this game for like $100. Like I said, I got this game at SGDQ when I went to Minnesota last July, and I just bought this game for like $100, and I was like, yo, I wanted to speedrun this, and I learned to speedrun of this game, and I just did it. So yeah, anything you want to say, Nick?
This has been a game. This was certainly a game. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Mosquito to fast travel. Please tell the audience what are you up to at the moment? Where can the folks find you online?
I do want to say real quick, shout outs to the Singaporean runners who actually did fast travel last couple weeks ago. Bob Clock and Jonathan Irvings. They're pretty cool people as well. And then I'm Juho, or Juhors, that's Juhorse. I stream every now and then nowadays. I'm sick at the moment, so I'm probably not streaming as much. But hopefully I can get back to streaming sooner or later. The other thing that I wanted to say, well, what's the other thing I wanted to say? I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, shout outs to all the people who actually came by to fast travel today, so there's that.
Well, chat, please give it up for Juho and for just... I couldn't have put it better than someone else in chat already did. Truly one of the games of all time. Definitely the best description I've seen for Mr. Mosquito. I'm still astounded that this got a sequel and a port to modern consoles. I can't deal with this game. Oh, Juho, thank you so much for bringing this game to fast travel, and I'm sure I speak for the whole of chat. Well, we do hope you get well soon.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you. That is going to be it for this Boxing Day recap tour for Fast Travel. If you've missed any of today's runs, then don't worry, they will be available in about a week's time on the GDQ YouTube channel, where of course you can go back and watch any hotfix episodes. You can watch the whole of this year's Fast Travel set. So as Juhos mentioned a couple of weeks ago, we had other Singaporean runners showcasing some other Asian games on the channel. So if you missed that episode, you can find that on YouTube. You can find all of the episodes on YouTube. And of course, all of the past videos from our past events are on there as well. What a first set of runs for 2025 it has been. This is the last episode of Fast Travel for 2025. We will be back, of course, in the new year. We do have a bit of an extended break. We will be back in 3 weeks' time because, of course, it's GDQ coming up. So that pushes our episode back a little bit, and we're going to be doing something a bit different for the start. We're going to this first few episodes of Fast Travel, we've been specifically focusing on runners running games from where they're from, or games that have a connection from where they're from. We're going to be opening that up a little bit more. I want to see submissions from people who are running games in their own local marathon. So whether it's a local marathon online or whether it's a local marathon in person, I want to see those runs being brought into Fast Travel. So if you do want to submit any runs to Fast Travel or to any of our hotfix shows, then please get onto that. We do have a chat command which I'm just going to find so that I don't mess it up. It is !submit. !submit in the chat will give you the link to submit to any hotfix show. It doesn't have to be Fast Travel, but I would love to have you on the show. But for our very first episode back after the New Year break, I recognise that I'm pretty new in the GDQ community. We've been at Fast Travel now since October. But you guys haven't had that much opportunity to actually get to know me yet. So for the first episode back, we are going to do what I'm calling a Meet the Captain episode. So we're going to have an episode centered around me. We've got two games, two runs that are very, very special to me. I'm bringing on a good friend of mine, Metal Glenn Solid, to speedrun Metal Gear Solid 1, which is going to allow me to showcase a bit more of my commentary chops. But then I've got my own game, and it's quite nice that we've had a Japanese game to finish out this year, because the game I'm going to be running is also a Japanese game. Metal Gear Solid is a Japanese game, so it's going to be a Japanese game episode. But I'm going to be showcasing one of my all-time favorite speedruns. It is a very comfy, very cozy, very lovely game that I absolutely love to showcase, and I do hope that you folks will join me and enjoy Klonoa 2 Lunateer's Veil, which I can't wait to showcase for our first episode of Fast Travel back. So join me for that on I want to say January the 13th. I'm gonna double check that time just to make sure I've got it right, and make sure that I'm not accidentally saying the wrong day because it's because of time zones. Time zones. I'll never quite get used to having to deal with time zones on the channel, but we're persevering. 16th of January. I'm glad I double checked it. So yes, Friday the 16th of January is the next episode, and that's where we're going to do the Meet the Captain episode, and then we will set sail once more throughout the whole of the rest of this winter season. So thank you all so much for joining in. Don't forget, Back in a Flash is this weekend. We've got AGDQ coming up. And of course, don't go anywhere, because coming up next is Amp Cyprium with Passion Project. There's still more hotfix to go tonight. So thank you all very much for joining.